Mrparka here to review one from MVD. This is the third film in the Andrew Parkinson trilogy, and this is the first time I've ever heard of this movie. And instead of something that's like a rare disease that doesn't actually exist, this movie focuses on alcoholism and depression as part of it. But the plot of this movie is pretty cool, pretty unique, pretty different. It follows the story of a woman who recently had horrible traumatic events happen in her life. Her significant other died of cancer, and she had a miscarriage. So she's really kind of just really lonely, and she reverts back to alcoholism. She goes back to her childhood summer home and starts reminiscing about her life. And she finds something in the water, something very strange in the water. It's like some sort of weird fetus. It's in like a sack, and she, for some reason, the pheromones or something attracts her to it, like a motherly care, and she takes it out of there and takes it home. And at first she throws it in the garbage, but something attracts her to it, and she ends up pushing out his chest, and it starts to breathe. And over time, she realizes that this thing is putting off some sort of pheromone, the liquid on its skin, and she smells it, and eventually she tastes it and realizes that it's some sort of potent drug that she gets hooked on.
This place used to be paradise. I loved it. The closest thing to heaven. I don't know why we have to grow up. Seems like a big step backwards. Just when I was ready to grow up and take on responsibilities, they were all taken away. But now I have you.
And what happens is she starts relying on this drug and whatnot. So it's kind of like Brain Damage by Frank Keenan-Lauder in that way, but much more serious, much more, kind of a, that more depressing feel. And it also feels a lot like the movie Baby Blood, if anyone's seen Baby Blood. The creature kind of reminds me of it. Of course, the creature doesn't talk. Here it says The Brood meets Liquid Sky. I've unfortunately never seen Liquid Sky, but it is like The Brood, and it is like Brain Damage, and as well as the movie Baby Blood. I thought it was well acted. I thought the score was very good. I thought it was short and right pretty much to the point. It wasn't overly explicit and gore or anything like that, but the creature is very cool, very gross. Very small, but I like the effect on it. I like how it is a build-up movie in there. It also kind of reminds me of maybe the creature a little bit in The Kindred. This creature's not all over the place. It's very, I guess you'd say, sedentary, or very, yeah, it doesn't move very much. It just kind of lays there. But it seems to be attracted to some sort of sexual nature. That sex kind of opens up its violence thing, and it feeds on blood, of course, like any weird parasitic creature that gives you drugs. They usually want blood or brains or something really grotesque in return. You can't just feed it something, like cat food or something and get away with it, as we found out in Night of the Tentacles. You can't just feed it, a sandwich. But it's in the vein of kind of a parasitic creature and somebody relying on it. I thought that it was really a really good movie. I was thoroughly enjoyed. I love iZombie, which is the first Dead Creatures. I thought was kind of really slow and missed its mark, but was okay. And I thought Venus Drowning was a pleasant surprise. At points, I was thinking, is this going to go anywhere? But and then it led to it, and it was like a slow burn. It plays it serious, and it does a good job. There's a lot of good narration in here that kind of makes you feel for this girl, and she's overall a good person, and the ending's pretty awesome as well. I thought something like that was going to happen when you see a little bit of it, but I like what they did with it. I thought it was a pretty cool idea. I think that most people will dig this movie if you like that kind of... It is a body horror film, and there's been a lot coming out lately. This is made in 2006. But I really dig this one for fans of baby blood. Don't look for that gory, splattery stuff like in that movie, but you'll see a lot of similarities in here as the movies that I previously mentioned, and in a good way, and it's original enough to be its own film. That is Venus Drowning. It's the third in the Andrew Parkinson trilogy. I know he had part to do with Little Deaths as well. I think his three films, as much as I didn't really care for the middle one, I thought it was an alright movie. I think that as a whole, the trilogy is a pretty solid trilogy. I think they mainly focus on, kind of diseases, really. If you think about it, the main theme in all of them, there's more, but the one that sticks out to me is disease, and, losing things. Fighting with loss. Everyone in the films loses lots of things and has to live through it or regrettably die. But that is the Venus Drowning. Thank you very much for watching, and have a good one.
Thank you.